So we wish to speak about eating, and not just about eating, what to eat, all of these types of things. This is not what we want to talk about. We want to talk about how the mind processes eating and then causes problems with it. So these now are called eating disorders. These eating disorders can be things like anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, obesity, overweight. There are many ways that these eating disorders can manifest into the physical. And whilst these eating disorders are very individual and the causes are very individual and need to be dealt with on an individual basis, there are some generalities, and that is what we will talk about, just the generalities. If you are listening to this and you have an eating disorder of any description, whether it is manifesting itself in a physical way with you as being overweight or underweight, or whether it is just something that you feel about yourself, then it is important that you seek some attention. Because these situations tend to become out of your control very quickly. So quickly that you do not even realize that it is out of your control. So this is why if you suspect at all, or you actually do have, then it is very wise to have this dealt with, not by somebody else because you are the only one that can deal with it, but with somebody else because you need support, you need love, you need compassion. Unfortunately, the things that we have just said are not always in large supply when you follow the standard system of healing for this. And so sometimes you need to combine the standard healing and then you need to find some other way. Perhaps you need to learn meditation. Perhaps you need to do acupuncture. Perhaps you need to do kinesiology. Perhaps you just need to talk to somebody who will not judge or infer anything from what you say. Because sometimes we say things and we do not necessarily mean anything by it. We are just wanting to say it. But somebody else listening will make inferences about it. And that is when it causes problems for you. So it is important that if you are the one that wants to just speak, that you find someone, some place where you can do that without anybody making inferences. Inferences are not judgments in the respect that they are saying you are bad or good, but they are a judgment on the behalf of the individual making the inference. And you do not necessarily need this. So, eating disorders. Why would the human have an eating disorder? Well, as we said initially, there are many individual reasons why an individual would have an eating disorder. But generally, eating is the source of life for humans. Of course, you need air and you need water. But all of these things are in a way ingested. It all comes through the mouth or the nose for the air and goes down into the body where it is, even the air is ingested and it is sorted out and it is distributed and then dealt with and then expressed again. So you can see then that food and eating is a way to keep an individual alive. It is the source of life. So why would somebody who denies themselves this kind of life, why would they deny life to themselves? As we said, it will be very individual why. But it is something that can be pondered. Why would you deny life to yourself? Some people say it is low self-esteem. Some people say it is a way to get attention. We do not believe that these are the reasons people deny themselves life. We believe that people deny themselves life. Again, there are individual reasons, but in general, people deny themselves life because they see there is no hope for their particular life. But they cannot outright end it quickly. By this we mean like suicide, if you like, but quickly. There has to be a certain punishment that goes along with it, so they prolong. They prolong. So this prolonging is like a cry for help, because they do not really want to end their life. And they are really searching or hoping, you see, hoping that there is something to live for. So then we say, well, initially we said that there is no hope, but now we are saying that there is hope. And that is the saving grace of an eating disorder. That where there seems to be no hope, there actually is hope. And that is why, these people do not really want to end their lives. They do not really want to deny themselves life. But they are in a state of hope only, not actuality. A state of hope only. They cannot see beyond the hope. They cannot see the possibilities beyond the hope. And that is the problem. They have hope, but they cannot see the possibilities beyond the hope. Then you come to people who eat too much and cause themselves to be very overweight. Or perhaps they do not eat too much, but they have a hormonal imbalance which causes them to retain weight, retain fluid, and put on a lot of weight. These people, it would seem, are not denying themselves life, but are actually taking too much life. And actually, in society now, people are very freely discriminating and criticizing people who are overweight. Why? Because they see them as a threat. They see them as taking too much, taking more than their quota, and then denying other people. So these people are seen as a threat. But why would these people eat so much that they become so big they can hardly move, that they are uncomfortable, and that they are unhappy? Or perhaps, as we said, they have the hormonal balance, again providing the same outcome. Do they have no hope? Because they are also killing themselves, but the opposite way. But they are doing it in a prolonged fashion. Again, it is painful. It is an unhappy way. Do they have no hope? Or again, is it like the people that we were talking about with the eating disorder where they do not feed themselves? That they have hope, but they can see no possibilities from the hope. They are hoping that there is hope. They are hoping that there are possibilities of hope. But that is all they are doing. They cannot see beyond. They cannot see anything beyond. It is like there is a screen, a chiffon screen up, where they cannot see beyond that. So they have the idea of hope. They know that there is hope. They know that there is something called hope. They know that there is a possibility of hope, but they cannot see beyond that into the possibilities of hope, the possibilities that lie before them. That is why they have this prolonged path to the end of life, and why they either deny or give themselves too much, because they need to suffer in between. Because if they are suffering, this gives them feeling. This means that there is something. There's something. Because they are feeling physically, mentally, emotionally something. Which means if they can feel something, then there is hope. But again, they cannot get past what are the possibilities of this hope. What does it mean to be hopeful? So we are saying, it sounds like we are saying that this whole eating disorder is very simple. Give them hope. But we're not saying that at all, because we believe they already have hope. They just do not know what to do with it, how to get beyond it, and what the possibilities of hope are. They cannot make it an actuality, a reality. That is the difficult part. That is the work of the healers. To help these people see that whilst they have hope, what can you do with it? You see, these people are in this situation because they need practical applications. And they cannot work it out. They cannot. So, give them some practical applications of hope. Again, this is generalizing. Each individual will need individual activities of hope. You cannot say that everybody who has this disorder and that disorder, this is how you can make the hope into a reality. Because everybody is different. They are there for different reasons. That is the work of the healer. That is the work of the healer.